Hi, this video is about how to create this design using AiHouse. Let's get started. We'll be using free modeling first. I'm gonna start with a rectangle. You can draw the rectangle following your own size. And then I will stretch this up as my reference wall, and then I'm gonna group it. This wall is just a reference. Okay, now use line to draw the L shape like this, following your own size. We're gonna need to create the arc later. And then I'll draw a rectangle in this area. I'll split the height into half. It seems that the rectangle is too big, so I'll cut it off a bit using line. Okay, next draw the arc over here. And then delete unwanted faces and line. Now this is the shape we want. Okay, delete the background wall. Okay, make sure you delete everything. And then stretch this out to, let's say, 3000. Okay, next, to create a recess effect, I'm gonna add on the outer cover. So I'll copy this face out and do it separately. I'm gonna offset this at 300. And then I'll draw some line to cut the unwanted area. Okay, remove this area. And then I'm gonna add on the drop part using line. There's a little drop at the front here. Okay, delete the line. Okay, and we have done the shape. Let's stretch this out at 300. And then we delete the extra lines. And then we group it. Okay, copy another one for the other side. Okay, and now we can move them to the sides. Okay, done. And now we're just gonna add on the front part. Okay, draw a rectangle. And then we're gonna stretch this out. Press shift to add on the layer. And then we're gonna align to this face. Okay, done. Delete the extra line. Now the structure is basically done. Next, for the inner circle structure, instead of using the free modeling, using a Superbox is much more flexible in moving and rotating later on. So let's go into kitchen cabinet, search for Super and drag this out. Resize to 700 in width and depth. We're going to make a circle, so it has to be a square. Press B for board selection, right click and select panel point editing. Click the first point and select fillet here. Set the radius to 350 and do the same on all the points. And then we can use drill hole circle to make the hole. I'm going to draw the circle first, and then you can resize it here on the right. Okay, click on it on the right side. We can change the radius, so we're going to make it 250. Save and return. Now we get a circle frame. We can change the height now to, let's say, 300, and then we're going to rotate it. Rotate 90 degrees in X. And then move it up to 700. Okay, and then we rotate again in Y. Oops, undo, rotate in Z. Okay, correct. Then you just move it up to the curved surface. Use Z to move. Okay, you can use X to rotate. Here we will just repeat using Z and using X. No special skill needed, only time and your patience. Okay, and we're also gonna use Ctrl V to copy. Ctrl G and you can group them. Okay, and then basically you can just Ctrl V and move and rotate. You will just repeat the same steps here. So I'll skip this part for now, as the steps are basically all the same. Okay, so let's proceed to the next part, which is the circle frame with door. Okay, let's go back to free modeling first. I'm gonna copy this surface out and do it separately. You may also do it right on the surface, it's up to you. Okay, and then we go back to kitchen cabinet module, drag out another Superbox and draw the same circle frame. Let me show you another way of making the circle frame. Okay, same thing. Press B for board selection, and then we go into panel point editing also. Okay, you can use drill hole. Draw another rectangle inside with the size you want. Okay, and then you fillet all the edges. So the outer radius is still 350 and the inner radius is 250. So remember, the radius is half of your square. Okay, so here we have two methods of drawing a circle in PowerPoint editing. Save and return when it's done. Now we have the circle frame already. Change the height to 300 and then you reposition it. Okay. Now for the door panel, we can just Ctrl V to copy the frame. And then we remove the hole in PowerPoint editing. Click and delete. And then we change the height. So let's say it's 20. And then we just move it back to the frame. Okay, and then you use the XYZ here to move. Okay, then we can now Ctrl G to group them. Okay, press shift when you click the group so that you select the group, not single part. Okay, then you Ctrl V to copy and paste. So now we're just going to copy and paste and move them accordingly to fill up the area. Let me just change the texture for this one and then come back again. Now, in order to group this all together, we need to ungroup first, as we can only group one time for each object. So we'll need to use Ctrl B to ungroup all first, and then Ctrl G again to group them all together. Okay, and now we can move them to the location. Okay, move it up to 300, and then we can go back to free modeling to add on the bottom part. Okay, just draw a rectangle there and then we extrude 300. Okay, and then we delete this surface and we are done. So please give us a thumbs up if you like the video and don't forget to subscribe. Happy trying. Bye.